Hello, my name is Vaikuntan Rajaratnam. I'm a consultant hand surgeon working in the NHS in the United Kingdom. I'd like to talk today about continuing medical education in the home. Today's doctors are faced with tremendous difficulty in balancing their work-life scenarios in the demanding world of postgraduate medical education. They have to be able to use resources adequately and efficiently to be able to achieve their goals. Postgraduate medical education, I think, should be modular in nature, allowing the flexibility of the candidates to learn, should be work-based, and distance learning has to be incorporated in any form of efficient postgraduate medical education today. It has to be affordable and accessible to as many people as possible, and preferably add an international faculty to be able to provide a flavor and environment of learning from different cultures and communities. Accreditation is important to make the education worthwhile. It has to be on-demand type learning so that the students can learn at their own pace, and should be asynchronous so that the clinical demands of postgraduate practice does not interfere with learning. This year sees the arrival of students in the university who are digital natives. That is, they have been born at a time when the internet and web was available. And I believe that medical education should be borderless so that anybody should be able to acquire learning anywhere. The platform should allow for collaborative learning as is a feature of today's one-day learning. We perform a survey. The aim of this study was to assess the acceptance and usefulness of using a virtual classroom platform in learning and assessment for surgical postgraduate education, and also to study the functionalities of a virtual learning system and its use in continuing medical education assessment. Virtual learning systems are nothing but a collection of tools for online learning and teaching and assessment to give the student a more interactive experience, and together with face-to-face teaching is part of blended learning. There are many systems available commercially. We chose the Wiziq.com, which is a free software and easy to use platform, and is incorporated as one of the activities in the Moodle system. So what is Wiziq.com? It's a place to teach and learn anything online. It has various online teaching tools like virtual classroom, online assessment, payment management, content sharing, and contact management. The great features about this platform is it requires no download. It has got an interactive whiteboard. It allows for the sharing of screen. That is, as you're working in your computer, your students can see what is going on, useful for software teaching. There's no attendee limit. You get complete control over the classroom and that of your attendee. If anybody misbehaves, you can knock them out of the class and they can't re-enter. It's quite useful, I think. And the other thing is, anything that can be digitalized can be used and presented in the Wiziq platform. That is, i.e. audio, video, or text communication. So any content can be shared, and the beauty of this software is it allows for recording of activities online for people to use.
And here we see a screenshot of a session that is going on. You have an area of a whiteboard where you can show a PowerPoint or a PDF file, as in this case. You have an area where there's chatting going on, and you have a webcam where you can see your participants and yourself.
We have a chat system here where the participants can chat with the teacher. Here you see the webcam of a student and that of the teacher. Very useful tool. Material and methodology for this study. We performed didactic lectures using multimedia files and interaction over the last 1 year, where it's mainly used as viva practice for the exit exams, and also PBLs using various props to trigger discussion. Activities were conducted after hours illegally at home, as is outside the European Working Time Directive in the UK. All students had broadband access, webcam, headphones with microphone. All sessions were recorded and left on the server for viewing asynchronously by learner or
assistive and more opportunities rather than a true tendon transfer. And then you're going to find the fixation for your tendon-to-tendon transfer. Most of the time you use a pull-without weave technique, Remember, the pivot of weave is a very strong way of tendon anchor, and we tend to, I mean, our traditionally practice is to keep them at least 4 to 6 weeks in. How you do it in endoscopic, where the blade goes in and from inside out. A lot of people use that. We've described this before. And because of, if you look here, this shows hourglass deformity.
Yeah. Here we see a one-to-one.
Yeah, that's the median nerve, and then running on top of it. Yeah. Well, it's not there. It's an anomalous vessel. It's mainly found in rabbits and stuff like that. So it's a median artery.
We then devised a questionnaire to assess the usefulness and satisfaction of the learners. This was then uploaded onto the Google form tool, which is available in Google, and they were emailed the link so that they could respond to these various questions. The response rate was 61%, which is satisfactory for a social study like this. There were 11 respondents from 18 participants. Overall experience for the virtual class was 91% good and excellent. They rated the lecture's presentation of the material as 7.9, which is not as satisfactory as I would have thought. I would expect a score, so there's room for improvement there. The overall performance was 8.3. Once again, it requires more work on the part of the lecturer. There were comments, the free text was available. There was some difficulty in establishing the platform in terms of the webcam and the microphone, but they got used to the idea. Overall, they found that the technology wasn't difficult. Most of the aspects of the technology, from the webcam, microphone, chat functions, were easily coped with, and there was nobody that difficult. We rated the virtual classroom as very convenient, very interactive, and the multimedia content rated as good. And the student participation they felt was good, and the delivery of the content was also above average. The participation engagement of students found to be above average, good, and best. The opportunity to exercise autonomy was also rated as good. The conditions for the virtual class was also rated as. They compared the virtual class as compared to a standard lecture. They found that the virtual class was better than the standard lecture. They also found the recorded sessions post-lecture useful. Nobody found that useless, and the majority considered payment if it was a reasonable price for the virtual class. Most important of all the family members were pleased that the candidates were at home and undergoing learning without being away, and therefore found this very family friendly. Conclusion: I think the use of a virtual classroom in postgraduate medical education has a very positive response. It's well accepted, and they have the ease of use of technology, and it's family friendly. It is a useful tool for assessment, and I feel that it is better than face-to-face, as it provides a safe and secure learning environment for learning, especially in some candidates who may not find the face-to-face with the teacher as comfortable as a webcam. There's a significant potential for medical education research and quality assurance for the quality of teachers with the recording function. I think this is the future for medical education in current times and needs further usage and research. Thank you.